Good morning, dear students. I welcome you to our commerce class. Today, we are going to discuss about fundamentals of business, that is Unit 1, Chapter 3, classification of business activities, and under that, we are going to discuss about commerce as an activity. Which activity? Economic activity. So, normally, commerce is related with the economic activity, that is of earning money alone. So, commerce refers to all those activities which are necessary for bringing the goods from the place of production to the place of their consumption. Here, a definition is given by Evelyn Thomas for commerce. He says commercial operations deal with the buying and selling of goods, the exchange of commodities, and the contribution of finished products. According to him, commerce deals only with buying and selling of goods. Buying and selling means what? Exchange of commodities. And the contribution. Your contribution refers to distribution of finished products to the person who is in need of that particular product. So commerce includes not only trade but also services such as transport, warehousing, insurance, banking, advertising, communication, etc. These services are called as auxiliaries to trade. Auxiliaries means which helps the trade activity to be carried on. Next, we'll discuss about the activities that are included in commerce. The first one is trade. Trade is very essential. It denotes buying and selling activities. This trade alone helps the produced products to be made available for the consumers or the users. Therefore, one who buys and sells a product are termed as trader. A trader is a middleman between the producer and the consumer. So, trade may be classified into internal trade and external trade. It may be wholesale trade or retail trade. So, internal trade means trade within the country. External trade means trade between countries. Next, we'll see about transportation. Once the goods are produced, it has to be sold. So, in order to sell the goods, producers found it very difficult in order to make the goods available to the place of consumption. So here, transport plays a very important role in making the goods available where there is demand for those particular products. The medium which moves men or materials from one place to another is called transport. Next activities under commerce is banking. Nowadays, we cannot think of business without bank. To start a business or to run a business smoothly, we need money. Even the consumers, sometimes they also need money in order to purchase the products or in order to purchase the land or in order to purchase any property. So bank supplies money. Business activities cannot be undertaken unless funds are available for acquiring the assets, purchasing raw materials and so on. The funds which are necessary for the trader or for the businessman is obtained from the bank. Thus, banking helps business activities to overcome the problem of funds. Next activity is insurance. Business involves various types of risk. Factory building, machinery, furniture, etc. must be protected against fire, theft and other risks. So, materials and goods held in stock or in transit are subject to the risk of loss or damage. So, normally, this risk of accident and occupational hazards must be cleared with help of insurance. So, insurance provides protection in all such cases. On payment of nominal premium, the amount of loss or damage and compensation for injury, if any, can be recovered from the insurance company. That is, insurance company will bear the loss if any damage occurs for the insured products. Next is warehousing. Usually, goods are not sold or consumed immediately after production. So, what they will do is, they will store the goods, they will stock the goods in order to make them available whenever they are required. So, special arrangements must be made for storage of goods to prevent the loss or damage. Warehousing helps business firms to overcome the problem of storage facilities in order to make the goods available whenever there is a need for those products. Prices are thereby maintained at a reasonable level through continuous supply of goods. Students, the activities which are included in commerce are now got over. Once again, I will recall for y'all, that is trade, transportation, banking, insurance and warehousing. Next, we'll move on with comparison of industry with commerce and trade, that is differences between them. First base of distinction is meaning. Under industry, industry deals with extraction, reproduction, conversion, processing and constructions of useful products. In case of commerce, it deals with activities involving distribution of goods and services. And under trade, it only deals with purchase and sale of goods and services. Next base of distinction is scope. What is meant by scope? Scope means opportunity to do something. So what is opportunity under industry? Consists of all activities involving conversion of materials and semi-finished products into finished products. In case of commerce, it comprises trade and auxiliaries to trade. In case of trade, it comprises of exchange of goods and services. Next base of distinction is capital. Generally, in case of industry, large amount of capital is required. In case of commerce, capital requirement is comparatively less. Case of trade, small capital is needed to maintain stock and to grant credit. Next base of distinction, that is fourth base of distinction, is risk. Risk means danger. So risk involved in industry is usually very high. In commerce, it is relatively less. And in case of trade, same as well as commerce. Trade involves less risk. Next base of distinction is side. In case of side of industry, it represents supply side of goods and services. In case of commerce, it represents demand side of goods and services. In case of trade, it represents both supply and demand of goods and services. And the last sixth basis of distinction is utility creation. Utility means usefulness. What usefulness is given by industry? Industry creates form utility by changing the form or shape of materials. How? Through way of manufacturing the goods from raw materials into finished products. Next, in case of commerce, it creates place utility by moving goods from producers to consumers. In case of trade, it creates possession utility through way of exchange of goods from one person to another person. For example, if A is selling the products to B, means normally the possession, the ownership of goods moves from the hands of the seller to the buyer. That's all students, only 6 bases of distinction and it is very easy. First one meaning, second one scope, third one capital, fourth one risk, fifth one side and sixth one is utility creation. Students, with this we come to the end of the third chapter. Once again I'll recall for you all what we came across this third chapter. We saw about the classification of business activities, that is industry and commerce. Industry, there are two types of industry we saw, on the basis of activity, on the basis of size. Under classification of activity, primary, secondary and tertiary industries. Then we discussed about auxiliary activities in commerce. Then we discussed about comparison of industry, commerce and trade. That's all students. I hope you all understood it clearly. We'll see tomorrow students. Thank you.